look at Floyd. Like, Floyd spends money like it's a tap. Like, he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. You gotta show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that, like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million. That's crazy. So you buy a watch and a car, you're down 10.
When Floyd Mayweather's real estate claims came up, Joe Rogan made it clear that he had real doubts. Rather than quietly questioning the story, he directly challenged the numbers, saying that something about them just didn't make sense.
One of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like, he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like, this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I show you, when I show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
And that Floyd owes like $1.4 million in jewelry debts, that Floyd owes like hundreds of thousands of dollars in rent for a private New York apartment, his private jet fuel. He's not paid hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of fuel and maintenance. He put up one of his jets that I think he even sold, but one of his jets, and I want to say one of his properties, like one of his homes, up as collateral for a $54 million loan from an individual, from a billionaire that had a 9%.
Rogan also questioned the larger story around Floyd, especially claims that he owns dozens of costly properties worth tens of millions. He explained that making big statements about wealth is one thing, but proving that you actually own those valuable assets is something completely different.
IRS, how much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
it's
pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
That's when the story gets even more interesting. Floyd created the whole Money Mayweather image around endless wealth, piles of cash, luxury watches, and a lifestyle built around total financial success. His brand has always shown him as someone with nearly unlimited money. But behind the scenes, rumors moving through business circles suggest reality could be far more complicated than the flashy picture the public sees.
Mayweather is made, and because he's the best in the history of pay-per-view at making sure that the money ends up in his pocket. He is, or has been, a businessman as an athlete that almost doesn't have a peer because he owns all his own stuff as an independent. Your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. And another sign of him maybe in financial trouble is, as of February 2026, Floyd Mayweather has initiated a massive $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza. So he's trying to get some bread right now.
The estimate is that he made over $1.2 billion.
Reports from Business Insider say that two of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s commercial real estate properties have already dealt with foreclosure problems. There were also reports that a building connected to his Las Vegas strip club might be at risk because of unpaid property taxes. On top of that, legal disputes have appeared over alleged unpaid balances for luxury watches and costly jewelry, claims Floyd has firmly denied. When these issues are viewed together, the discussion quickly moves from flashy displays of wealth to serious questions about his financial condition today.
Things that they said in this article were insane. That Floyd owes like $1.4 million in jewelry debts, that Floyd owes like hundreds of thousands of dollars in rent for a private New York apartment, his private jet fuel. He's not paid hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of fuel and maintenance. He put up one of his jets that I think he even sold, but one of his jets, and I want to say one of his properties, like one of his homes, up as collateral for a 50.
The outlet also reported that 2 Trump Las Vegas condos were briefly taken over because of unpaid taxes before being returned once the payments were made. It also said a reported $54 million loan used Floyd's homes, private jet, and businesses as collateral. Whether these reports are overstated or simply misunderstood, the difference between Floyd's flashy money image and the financial headlines has created plenty of debate. Joe Rogan's earlier doubts about Floyd's empire had already caused people to question the story. Then Chael Sonnen stepped in, grabbed everyone's attention without holding back, saw that his Floyd broke headlines, and asked why anybody was surprised.
And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. That they say can't read. That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing gym, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who would have taught him these things?
Saw that his Floyd broke headlines and asked why anybody was surprised. 6. He quickly turned the question back toward the audience, asking, if you get up and work every week because you need money, why should it be any different for a boxer? I remember thinking that's classic Chael logic, partly blunt honesty and partly playful trolling. But he wasn't finished yet at this exact point. Chael continued challenging the myths around boxing paydays, explaining that billion-dollar earnings and massive pay-per-view numbers often come directly from press releases rather than verified financial records. When he noted that nobody from the companies handling the pay-per-views had actually confirmed those unbelievable numbers, it felt like he had tossed a grenade into years of boxing hype and exaggerated stories.
You got baby mamas all over the place. What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's broke. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. But it's the fact that they're attempting to tease him. I mean, first off, they're asking the question. Look, I've told you until I'm blue in the face. The numbers that you hear in boxing simply aren't true. Floyd made $1 billion. No, he didn't. Floyd and Conor made $500 million. No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Nobody's ever confirmed that. And it's the same thing with the check. I got $100 million for a fight. Oh, you did? Who signed the check? Whoever signed the check is going to want credit for it. There's never been a time that $1 million check was written and the dude that wrote the check didn't make sure that somebody found out he wrote the check. So who wrote the check? Floyd's got a whole bunch of them, apparently. He got $1 billion.
Like he had tossed a grenade into years of boxing hype and exaggerated stories. 7. At the same time, Chael wasn't simply criticizing Floyd. He was challenging the whole way sports finances are marketed and exaggerated. He then moved to the chaos around fight contracts, explaining that Floyd announcing several fights alongside the rumored Tyson bout would send any promoter in a total panic. In boxing, timing and exclusivity aren't merely important, they are everything. And that's where the irony becomes strongest. Floyd himself has accused Showtime of questionable business practices. Yet now he is creating confusion inside that exact same boxing business today.
The numbers aren't what you think they are, right? The numbers are good and they made a lot of money, but it's not what you think it is. And yeah, of course Floyd's broke. Would you be boxing if you weren't? And it's very tough to be.
Yet now he is creating confusion inside that exact same boxing business today. 8. Meanwhile, as critics blamed Floyd's own promotion for causing similar confusion with Logan Paul, the story became a complete maze where everyone blamed somebody else. But here's the funny contradiction Chael accidentally exposed. People can question Floyd's finances, doubt the massive paydays, argue about contract problems, or laugh at exhibition fights. Yet whenever Mayweather's name appears on a fight poster, the entire combat sports world stops, watches, and gives him attention that no controversy can ever completely take away from him.
Just to clear that up, no he doesn't. Will Logan ever get the money? I think Floyd's broke. Floyd does not owe Logan $1.3 million. Floyd's promotion owes Logan $1.3 million. And no, of course he's not going to get it. That promotion's already shut down.
And gives him attention that no controversy can ever completely take away from him. 9. Chael Sonnen had already pushed the debate about whether Floyd could be broke. Then Jason Whitlock and his panel entered the conversation, and suddenly it became a full financial investigation. I found myself thinking, we've officially moved from fight analysis to forensic accounting with boxing gloves. Whitlock begins by examining Shannon Sharpe and the panel's theory. Floyd's comeback is completely about chasing another massive payday. Once names like Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, and Terence Crawford entered the discussion, the business side of the discussion became very clear. Shannon explained that these are the only fights able to bring Floyd the kind of money he wants. It's basically the ultimate super fight lineup. Then Whitlock mentions Rocky, asking, "Why do you fight?" Suddenly, the discussion moves from money to philosophy in the most entertaining way possible.
Suggested on their podcast that Floyd Mayweather is talking about coming back, unretiring.
He is.
Because he's broke.
Yeah.
Let's play the clip here of Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco.
There are only 3 fights that Floyd can have that can command and get the kind of money he's looking to recoup for money that may have been lost, or money that may have been stolen, or money he may have spent, to date. For one, a rematch with Canelo. That's one fight.
Canelo too big.
Listen to me, Unc. We talk about making that money.
Discussion moves from money to philosophy in the most entertaining way possible. 10. But Floyd created his whole image around the belief that money means success, changing himself from pretty boy into money. Whitlock highlights the harsh irony. When your entire brand depends on wealth, even the smallest rumor about financial problems becomes a huge headline. Then Dre gives a more balanced view, saying, the real question isn't how much Floyd earned. It's what we don't know about his cash flow, assets, debts, taxes, and lifestyle. In other words, the financial iceberg beneath all those flashy Instagram posts. Meanwhile, the panel jokes about gamblers going broke, IRS bills, and excessive spending. Just the normal chaos that comes with these discussions. Here's what really stands out. While half the panel debates whether a fighter nearing 50 should return to the ring, the other half quietly admits something every boxing fan already knows. If Floyd Mayweather announces a fight against Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, or even Manny Pacquiao again, none of these arguments will stop people from watching when the opening bell rings.
$1 million and he's 47 years old and he's completely broke. He's won the prize. This is, of all the idiots that we've seen out there, celebrities, actors, entertainers that have lost a lot of money, this guy would take the cake. To blow a bill before he even hits 50 is unimaginable. It actually is sad. It's a cautionary tale. We have seen it time and time again. But who actually wants to watch this guy fight? Like, people that love him. If he comes out and if he loses and looks terrible and gets destroyed, well, look, if you love him or hate him, you can say, well, he's nearly 50.
Pacquiao again. None of these arguments will stop people from watching when the opening bell rings. 11. Whitlock and his panel had already made Floyd's comeback into a full financial courtroom drama. Then Andre Ward stepped in, and the discussion immediately moved from hot take speculation to the honest view of a real fighter. That contrast is impossible to miss. Ward starts by discussing the respect he's always had for Floyd's work ethic, and I agree because that part often gets buried beneath all the flashy headlines. He explains that the luxury, cars, jets, and glamorous lifestyle were all pieces of the Mayweather brand. But underneath, it was a committed gym fighter who never stopped working. When Ward admits he has mixed feelings about Floyd's comeback, his honesty is clear. He's not spreading rumors or making accusations. He's talking about something much deeper. Boxing becomes part of who you are. The adrenaline, spotlight, and those massive fight night paydays create a feeling that normal life simply can't replace in the same way once again.
About his business, he's been filthy rich. He's made his name, his legacy, and a lot of his reputation wasn't just the boxing, it was the money. It's the money man. What I have, what I'm driving, what I'm living in, what I'm flying in. And a lot of people, they don't like that. I don't know if Floyd Mayweather had more supporters for most of his fights or more haters. But regardless of where you fall on that line, Floyd Mayweather made it work for him when many people, promoters included, networks included, early on.
Feeling that normal life simply can't replace in the same way once again. 12. That's the type of insight only a former champion can provide. Then Ward begins discussing a Pacquiao rematch, and the analyst in me immediately listens. He makes a strong argument. Older fighters can actually produce more action because they can no longer rely on constant movement the way they once did. Less footwork often creates more exchanges, completely changing the usual belief that a fight like this would be boring. Still, Ward keeps returning to the greatest risk, age itself. Your mind still believes you're the same fighter, while your body quietly gives you another answer. That one point explains many of boxing's most painful moments. Even so, although Ward says he'd rather see both legends retired and resting on a beach, he can't hide his curiosity. Because when two icons with unfinished business return to the ring, the whole boxing world stops to watch whether we want to or not today in boxing.
On it over and over and over, and he has to process, can he do anything with me? How does my skill set line up with his? Can I beat him? The problem with being 49 years of age is sometimes your brain can see things and tell you things that your body's not in agreement with. That's the problem with age. Your brain is still saying, I'm him. Your brain is still saying, man, I'm Money Mayweather. Man, these youngsters can't deal with me. But your body is saying, brother, we don't.
The whole boxing world stops to watch whether we want to or not today in boxing. 13. Step back and look at the entire picture. It honestly feels like four completely different worlds colliding together. Joe Rogan is questioning the story behind Floyd's financial empire. Chael Sonnen is breaking down the myths surrounding boxing paydays. Whitlock and his panel are examining the business, contracts, and lifestyle behind everything. Then Andre Ward offers the fighter's perspective, reminding everyone that boxing becomes part of your DNA in a way money alone never can. One side believes Floyd's comeback is completely about chasing another massive payday. Another says the financial rumors are simply exaggerated gossip. Ward quietly reminds us that sometimes fighters return because they miss the spotlight, competition, and adrenaline that normal life can never replace. That's the real battle. Legacy versus longevity, business versus passion. Whether Floyd is chasing money, history, or simply the thrill of being Money Mayweather, again, the bigger truth is found inside the conversation itself. Just look around. Everyone is debating, breaking down, and examining every angle of his return. That's the powerful pull legends will always have on the sport. And that is why everyone cares so much today.
And that's the danger of coming back at this age. So part of me wants to see these guys continue to make money. Part of me wants to see these guys, how do they do it at this age? Man, I mean, show me something. Show me how your mind can overtake the deficiencies you may have in your body at your age. But the deeper part of me, man, I want to see Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao on a beach somewhere, living off the fruits of their labor, helping the game however they see fit to help the game, and just watching the next generations do what they do. But hey, we got to fight.
Will always have on the sport. And that is why everyone cares so much today. 14. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Floyd Mayweather is coming back to the ring for money because he loves boxing, or to settle unfinished business with Manny Pacquiao? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a conversation right here today. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Knockout Arena.